RiceDelman.com. That's RiceDelman.com. Call us and call us right now.
You could have someone else remodel your home, but then you'd have to live in it. Call KM Builders at 680-KMCO. News Radio 1200 WOAI.
Available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now number one for podcasting. WOAI, an iHeartRadio station.
The countdown is on. Hannity's new book, Live Free or Die, takes on the history of our nation and its future in only 29 days.
All right, 25 now until the top of the hour. Live Free or Die. And in Latin, Live Free or America Dies. It's really, really simple. I wanted to create a what's at stake. And I'm surprised at all that I have even forgotten. And what's at stake is the most radical agenda that has ever been presented to the American people that is now being led by a guy that hides in his basement bunker, the invisible ghost of a candidate that is Joe Biden. And what's at stake, what made America great, do we really remember? Because I have a whole chapter on it to remind us, the history of failure, which is socialism. But that's what they're advancing. I have forgotten more than I remembered. And as I research Live Free or Die. Then it's, okay, what's the Democratic 2020 agenda? It's all the agenda items that we know will fail. And you don't need to be a math genius at MIT to figure that out. And then, of course, the Democratic hypocrisy, the media complicity in all of their detail. And what is at stake? I would argue America, if they're elected, and I'm arguing this in Live Free or Die, would become unrecognizable. You can see now that even simple things like safety and security are on the ballot. Whether we should have a police department, I never thought that would be on the ballot. I never thought that, it shouldn't be complicated, that every child should have the right to live in a community, be and feel safe at all times, and not have to be worried about being shot when they're visiting their grandmother in the backyard and having a 4th of July barbecue. That happened this weekend. There's all the other kids that were shot and killed this weekend, and all the adults shot and killed this weekend, and all the other Americans shot that are fighting for their lives as we broadcast today. That's all on the ballot. You want sanctuary cities and states and amnesty? That's on the ballot. Or you want border security, where 90% of America's heroin crosses our southern border, where most of the fentanyl coming into this country killing people crosses that southern border. We have a right to protect our borders. We have a right to decide who comes into the country and who does not. We have a right to a background check. We have a right to a health check. We have a right to, get a guarantee that you're not going to be a financial burden on the American people. And also that you're not taking away jobs from Americans that desperately need them right now. That's on the ballot. Who will sit on the Supreme Court that will impact this country for generations? That's on the ballot. Joe Biden wants higher taxes. He wants to transform the country, whatever that means. That's on the ballot. Trade deals, you want tough negotiations that end up creating American jobs or not, and give us more money and help our farmers and help our energy sector. Energy is also on the ballot. Do you want a foreign policy of appeasement that rewards mullahs in Iran that chant death to America with $150 billion in cash and other currency, or do you want peace through strength, as defined by beating back the caliphate that Biden and Obama could never do? Trump got it done. Or taking out Baghdadi and associates, or taking out Soleimani, or taking out the Al-Qaeda leader in Yemen that Trump got done. All of this is on the ballot in 120 days. These are not the issues that the mob and the media want you to focus on. Decades of liberal democratic, support and praise for known segregationists, even a former Klansman. And we're supposed to ignore that and listen to them as this debate wages over sandblasting Mount Rushmore? They don't have standing on these issues as far as I'm concerned. As a matter of fact, if we had a fair and balanced media, then, and by the way, can you imagine if they have to in 120 days utter the words we can now project Donald J. Trump has been reelected president? Everything that is in play here, we've laid out Live Free or Die. And it's not hyperbole when I say America and the world is on the brink, because it is. In Latin, I say, in the cover of the book, Live Free or America Dies. Because I believe the America that we knew, the America that created more wealth, more prosperity, that has advanced the human condition, that has saved the world from more evil, will no longer exist if this agenda is never implemented. The country will become unrecognizable. and the freedom and the liberty that we once took for granted will slowly erode in the name of safety and security and everything being free and free and free. Nothing free. Simple math tells you you can't pay in 10 years $94 trillion for a Green New Deal and offer everybody everything's going to be free. But you get rid of the lifeblood of the world's economy, oil and gas, which under Trump we became energy independent for the first time in 75 years. We became the world's largest producer of energy in 75 years. We're going to go backwards and they get rid of the, combustion engine, internal combustion engine. Really? It's a bad idea. But that's what they want. That's what they'll do. You want judicial activism? You'll get it on a level you've never seen before with Joe Biden. You have 125 years combined experience, Biden, Pelosi, and Schumer. That's on the ballot. America, and of course, there's no perfect country, but there's never been a greater country. And there's a reason that people are willing to leave behind their family and their friends and their home and the life that they knew and walk for days and days and days and pay every penny they have to smugglers to get them into America, because this is the land of hope and opportunity. There's a reason people want to leave other countries, because they've tried that which the Democrats in some form or fashion are advancing in this election. That's on the ballot. Anyway, all of it's on Hannity.com, Amazon.com. It's all in your power in 120 days. This show has lost a dear friend of the program. Country music rock star, superstar, Hall of Fame member Charlie Daniels has passed on. Heaven has now taken on an angel today. He died, it was rather suddenly, at Summit Medical Center in Tennessee. He had a stroke. He's 83 years old. We've gotten to know Charlie so well over the years. He's a dear friend. He was a great patriot, outspoken. To me, he was a mentor. He made dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of trips to honor and provide some entertainment and hope for our troops abroad his entire career. I had the pleasure of going on a Freedom Concert tour with him, and we did raise a lot of money that has been used as the Freedom Alliance charity to provide scholarships for the soldiers, for the children of slain soldiers in Iraq and Afghanistan, or the severely injured, and he did it with the graciousness and the love of our military and the country that is unprecedented. He's somebody that can never be replaced. He gave his time, he gave his talent to so many charitable organizations. The Journey Home Project, he founded that in 2014, and that helps veterans of the United States Armed Forces. Anyway, we're going to miss our friend Charlie.
Black car in my lane, KRC 5379. Running me off the road.